why it's important as a, what I was explaining earlier about you got to do multiple things in the business is, you know, as a singer, you don't want to just, I mean, if you sing, that's cool, but you want to go into some other areas like writing because now that puts you in a shorter lane. And what I mean by that is like if you say, well, I'm just a singer. Well, there's like a million singers who just sing. So when you say, okay, I'm a singer and I'm a writer, now you just got into a shorter lane. Now you're that much closer, you just eliminated a lot of people. Now that don't mean that it's going to happen, but it does mean that you just jumped into a lane that a whole lot of singers can't put themselves in. Now when you say, well, I'm a singer, a writer, and a producer, or a singer, writer, and / manager, or singer, writer, and promoter. Now I'm not saying you want to do everything. Don't take that as like, oh, I got to do everything, I got to know everything, because you can put on too many hats, and then your focus is, you know, distorted. So you end up not doing any of them good enough. So, you know, if you're singing, you really got to be able to do your thing, but just try to work on getting into some shorter lanes, getting into that next step. So as a writer, you can get a publishing deal, but then as a writer, you want to write for other artists, you want to write for commercials, you want to write for, you know, TV, you want to write for reality shows, interludes, intros, outros. You know, it's so many different things that you can do that will put you in a position to be the artist that you're trying to be. For instance, Carrie Hilson, that's how she started out, as a writer. I don't know how many know that, but that's how she got into the game. Kelly Price back in the day, that's how she got into the game. A lot of artists who are major artists now, that's what got them established is they got in as writers, they got a bunch of hits, The Dream, big time writer, you know, and it opened up doors for because the record label at that point started saying, okay, you're a dope writer, and then they would sing their own demo, then, hey, you know what, why don't you just do a record? Okay, sure, why not? Sign a deal, they got it. So the whole point of that is you can do you do the ASCAP thing, that's separate, you come over into this lane, you do the writer's deal, hopefully, and go from there. Any questions so far? Any comments? Questions? Don't hesitate to, you know, no question is ridiculous, you know. I want to go into and kind of dive into the difference in deals, the difference in major deals, subsidiary deals, independent deals. As artists, you know, everybody wants a major deal. That's the ultimate goal. Oh man, if they hear me sing, they're going to sign me and promise you, guarantee. Well, the business doesn't work like that. Like really good singers, the first question they always ask is, why are there so many whack singers with record deals? Right? That's the first, I mean, because you know, hey, she can't really sing. I can sing better than her. How did she get a record deal? Well, here's the real deal. Here's the truth. It goes way beyond the talent, and it gets to a point where record labels are so cocky and they have the power. They know they have the power that they prove to the world over and over and over again. We can take no talent and make them superstars. And they do it. They prove marketing. They put more energy into the performance. They put more energy into entertaining. And at the end of the day, it's an entertainment business. It's not about how good you can sing. It's an entertainment. And that's why a lot of your best singers struggle because they sing so good, they rely on just the talent. And you can take an amazing vocalist, stand them in the middle of the room, and they can blow the roof off. Like, just amazing. Range is insane, and just like, oh my God, they're just like the most amazing voice in the world. Sit them down and put up somebody who's mediocre, who dances, who gets into people's faces, who brings everybody's attention and draws them into their world. And everybody who walks out of that room, 9 out of 10 times will say, I'm going to go see the one who can't sing that well because they entertain me. because they want to be entertained. That's why record labels do what they do. Okay, now on the hip hop side, on the rap side, everybody, I was blessed to have the opportunity to work with Diddy. And everybody says the same thing as soon as I read, man, he's whack, he's horrible, he sucks. Yeah, he does, but here's the funny part, he knows it. But you know what he's a master at? He's a master at marketing. And at the end of the day, if you don't figure out how to master marketing, you'll be like one of the most talented people out there, but it doesn't mean anything if nobody buys into it. He put himself in a position where people would buy into his brand, into his product, into him as a person. So it doesn't matter what he's selling. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be like him, but learn what you can from the people who are doing what you're trying to do successfully. Study the Donald Trumps, the Magic Johnsons, the Oprahs, the R. Kellys, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, the Russell Simmons. Like, study these people, study their lifestyle, study what they do, how they do it. I've been doing this 100% since '85. I retired from my job in '85. I was like, this is it. I'm not doing anything else. I've been blessed to not have to do anything and survive it. So I dedicated my life to it. Once I did that, I realized just how serious the game was. Because just as much time as I'm putting into it, somebody else is putting in more time. Somebody's doing more than what I'm doing. If I'm putting 24 hours a day, somebody's putting 25 hours a day. There's a saying, your network is your net worth. So if your network is zero, you still broke. There still ain't nothing going on. So you can have the baddest songs, the baddest producers, the dopest performance, your package is amazing, but if it doesn't get outside these four walls, it means absolutely nothing. It might be fake. It's Hollywood, but they understand network. They understand, I might not like you, but you know what? Me and you together, we can make some money. Let's do it. Let's put our feelings aside. And after we make this money, we still don't like each other, but we're going to go out here and we're going to make this money, and it's a wrap.